Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Mark Patterson here. I want to just thank everybody who's been watching our videos since we got the YouTube channel up and running and following us on Instagram at NCKFA OIC. Check us out there too, please. And if you would, push the button, give us a like, and subscribe. That really helps us get more sponsors, which gets you more prizes, so it's a win-win for both of us. Now that I've done my marketing spiel from my internet class I took earlier in the year, let's get into some business. So, had a lot of interest in the fish trap. And first of all, before I tell you anything else about the fish trap, check your local laws in your county. They seem to vary by county. Make sure you can make this, that it's legal in your county. You can go to NC Wildlife and find out all the rules and regulations. Make sure if they are legal, you do everything you're supposed to do, put your name and address and everything on it, sort of just like a crab pot. But anyway, so let's go back a little bit more about the trap. That's what people seem to want to know about. So here's the trap design. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up. It's basically an 8, a figure 8, but the curvature going in doesn't line directly up. They're offset about 3 or 4 inches. That way, when the fish swims around the outside of the trap, it goes into the crevasse to get inside the door, and the door is simply, you cut the wire once you've bent it with some wire snips, and you can see I can put my hand in there. You can control the size of the opening. I would recommend, having done this, start out smaller, because I caught a bunch of little turtles the first time, caught a giant turtle the second time, got his head wedged in there. Not fun getting that snapping turtle out. Then I reduced the size. I put beef liver in there and some corn in a mesh bag and caught a bunch of bullheads and other fish in there. But the bullheads were what I wanted. So again, this is how you make the trap. There's plenty of videos on it. And again, it's just the curved wire. It's a 1/2 inch mesh. Then you put the wire on the top and the bottom. You use zip ties and then zip it and then clip it off, and that's how you get the thing all together. And I just bent down the edges. I didn't take the time to cut it all around, make it all pretty and stuff. The fish don't care. And then at the top, what I did was use a little small bungee and then just cut a little door that I can stick my hand in, and then you just pull the door shut and put the bungee back. Or you can put another zip tie there, or you can get a hole, just cut the door completely off and then put another wire mesh on top of it that's bigger to cover the opening, and then back to your bungee cord. And it really does work. It's really cool. It reminds me of being a kid and going down to the creek and just having fun. And the fish trap works. It's very affordable to make. You get a roll of wire. You can probably make 3 or 4 in a couple of hours. Once you do the first one and get the snip down, you're pretty quick. So that's what the trap works. I didn't put any weight in it. The current I was in, wasn't moving that fast. Just the beef liver, and did pretty well. Another thing I want to show you is I use those for big flathead catfish. That's the preferred bait, at least that I find, for big flathead catfish. And people are asking about the rigs, so I'm going to show you kind of what I did. I have an 80-pound braid. I have a 1 ounce weight, depending on the current. I'm mainly fishing around log jams, so that kind of breaks the current. But 1 ounce weight I start with, if that holds the fish down. And this is the traditional rig, just a big swivel. No big deal. I don't think the catfish mind. I use a short leader. That's probably an 8-inch leader. I want to keep the bait on a short leash so it doesn't swim back into cover. And that's 9/0 circle hook. Musted Demon circle hook. But I did something a little different on these rigs. What I did was I took, this is a bigger weight because it was a little bit more current where it was. So I took an old, I think it's a Savage Gear topwater bait that it was a freshwater bait that I used in saltwater to catch trout with, and the hook's rusted. My fault, I didn't rinse it off. So when I took the hooks off, I thought, well, that rattles and it floats, and I normally get my catfish rigs hung up in cover. So someone told me to add a float. to float it up off the bottom. And I thought, well, I'll just use this. That way when my bait fish swims around, it also creates a rattle. And I must say, it worked much better than I expected. I was very fortunate. I was able to pull off a win with our Midnight Madness catfish, and I caught it on the rattle float. So, as my friend Andrew said, who was sitting beside me when I caught it, one test does not make a theory plausible. So, I'm going to put the trap back out, catch some more bullheads. If we ever get a break in these thunderstorms and heat, I'm going to get back out there, hopefully catch another big flathead. Thanks so much, and again, thanks for supporting the NCKFA.